As the team moves forwards into the next stage of events, your team has been here for a day and a half, a good amount of time, but still plenty of time to move ahead and do whatever you want. This is your time off, and you're not expected anywhere currently. You made arrangement with the kingdom to make sure that you were allowed time off. Your next paycheck will be distributed to your next destination, which unfortunately you're currently not there. You're not going to get paid. You told them exactly where you're going to be. So even if they don't pay you currently, there's probably going to be someone waiting there to pay you. Don't worry about the money. Money's coming. But along here, you are waiting until a caravan arrives within now kind of a week and a half. Otherwise, you might, die during travel. If you're not really accustomed to desert travel, you can honestly easily die from either the heat, the cold, or anything else. So Dust suggested maybe waiting. And since people had things to do and just time to relax, why not? Right now, Dust has been acquiring a few things here and there for their new item, and currently is looking for a blacksmith shop to, learn how to fold metal. In the meantime, for their hilted blade. In the meantime, Ada met a nice, young-ish man. Again, 19, maybe 20, hard to tell, but pretty young. Told them about a few things about the festival that's happening in about 5 days now. And something about a temple. It really wasn't clear. He's some sort of dungeon delver, apparently. Still, nice enough guy. Left immediately soon after that because he had to do a job. Opal is currently helping out Nikolai with their requested item, and so far they are on schedule. You have plenty of free time, and at the very least, 2.5 more days until Nikolai's item is finished and constructed. So it's up to you, however you decide to make them.
Okay. Dust would be looking for... He would be going around looking to get the blacksmith hammer that's made out of pure iron. To purchase.
Yes.
So that he has it on hand.
Okay.
He'll probably go for actually 2 of them.
Okay. You travel around for a bit, entering into a few places here and there until you finally find an ICHT shop where there are a lot of variety of things being sold here. When you go and ask a few people, like, where can I get this? More or less, you have to get it at a specialty store, since that type of item isn't exactly common, because you don't make... I'm just going to call it a pounding hammer, because I don't know what it's actually called. Made out of pure iron. That stuff's heavy, and you specifically don't make the entire thing out of that.
Yeah.
But you get into a nice little blacksmith shop known as the... Oh, I forgot I named it that. The Tidy Steel. Inside you find a nice young-ish, you can't really tell with Yang T, gentleman looking at you. Well, looking at his swords, then looks towards you. Because apparently that's how I put him. But he looks towards you. Welcome to my shop. How can I help you?
Yes. I'm looking to acquire at least one hammer, blacksmith hammer, made out of completely iron. And then if possible, I was wondering if I could rent out your workshop, your forges, in the evening after, of course, you've closed down shop for the day.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. The iron thing is not really an issue. Just has to make it. Maybe.
Yeah. Here, give me a second. I had everything but my character sheet pulled up. Okay, persuasion. 19 with a natural 20 on the other side.
Fair enough. The man simply looks towards you. That is a strange request, but not an impossible one. I can forge you one, but I don't know why you would need such a hammer. It can be done by this evening. Same around time, I suppose you can... it's not really an issue. I'm assuming you're licensed to blacksmith?
Me personally, no.
Are you an artisan?
I am an artisan. I am, in fact, a jeweler.
Then you should carry a card. Dusty would have a card.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing illegal jewelry, which honestly really isn't a thing.
No. And while Dust is saying that, it's just like, I'm not per se a blacksmith, but I am a jeweler, and he'll just be taking out his references and whatnot.
You take it out. Since you were taught by your master, easily enough have it. They look towards the documents. It seems fair enough. All right, then. Normally you'd pay a fee, but since you are represented by another individual, it really shouldn't be an issue. So long as you don't destroy anything here, you should not... Just don't break anything, and you should be fine.
I don't plan on it, and if it does, I will pay for it fully.
Right. Once you get started, or once nightfall happens, contact me. I will be in the store. Then I will summon a air elemental to watch over the store, and in case something breaks, to inform me of any mishaps.
Very well.
All right then. And you wanted 2 of these hammers. That's not inexpensive, but that is quite a strange request.
Someone. I have someone who's teaching me, and I thought it would be. They don't necessarily have their own equipment here with them, and so I thought I would provide one for them in case they so desired. And then one is, of course, for myself.
Very well. Again, should be done by this evening. The hammers themselves would cost 10 gold, only because I don't know how well my molds would sustain them.
Above game, is that 10 gold a piece?
Total.
Okay. Yeah, very well, and I'll pay the money up front.
Yeah, you pay it. He gives you a little slip of requisition, and he simply states, "All right then. If there's anything else, let me know. I sell various other things here other than strange hammers. Or if you need anything requested, I do make plenty of swords and shields. It doesn't have to be swords, but I mainly work with bladed weapons. I can make a bow, but not the best kind."
Thank you. I will be sure to take that note, and we'll see what we can do.
Right. And if you're still in town by next week, enjoy the festival or whatever.
Oh, yes, very well. I will probably be here during the festival, so.
Just nods, goes back to work.
Okay. I'm going to leave and find Gert and let her know that I have everything arranged that we could start tonight. Okay.
I expected you to do that, so she's already here. You find Gert without too much of an issue. Outside the shop, she simply states, "Man, I forgot her cadence. It's supposed to be gruff and tumble. All right, good. Did me proud. Pat you on the back. Did they have a kitchen there, by any chance?"
Oh, I forgot to ask about that. We can make things work, though.
Well, if they have a furnace, they have a kitchen.
Yes.
All right, then. See you tonight. They begin to like still stroll their stall around the town.
Uh, trying
Okay.
to think of. That's everything for me right now. I'm thinking about various things too.
Yeah.
So most of the day I'll probably be working on the designs for the dresses that I want to have made for Emily, as well as the jewelry.
Yeah. Adorable. I'm gonna go with Ada since she's back online. Knock on wood, thunderstorms. Ada, what are you doing?
One thing out of game I should say real quick. This is kind of my fault for not using it in a while. My computer decided to restart, so I'm kind of out of Roll20 for a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it happens.
Should have knocked on wood sooner.
Yeah. No. That's fine.
Yeah.
If you need a roll, just let us know.
Okay.
In game, Ada's probably gonna try to finish the block puzzle, the Rubik's cube puzzle.
Oh yeah. Right now I think the DC is set at 10, and you have like one final side to solve.
Okay.
I kind of want
Wait, it
you to
gets
do that though,
easier?
instead of someone else rolling it.
All right. Just give me one moment. I'll get.
Yeah, no problem. Nikolai, what are you doing? I assume I know one specific thing you're doing.
Yeah, you do. So he would definitely be he talked to Amara at one point. I remember leaving and then having that conversation about looking at the book that I talked about. Anyway, I did a roll for that. I remember.
I think
don't
you did
remember.
roll, and that's what gave you your second level spells.
Okay. I'd probably be just kind of taking some, depending on what time it is in the morning.
You're also
either-
now on the other book, and you learned about clockwork systems and the plane of Mechanus.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting. The Mechanus plane. I'll have to ask Dusk or somebody about this. He'd
Yeah,
probably be reading the book more. Yeah.
Reading the book more, you can tell that there are a few living specimens within Mechanus known as Modrons. However, they have various shapes and sizes in them. You do see just like a circle with arms and legs. Another one you see like a cube with arms and legs. Another one, it's another cube but with wings. And like 4 arms and 2 feet. They go up to a strange being. And Nikolai, go ahead and roll Arcana. Well, yeah, Arcana.
Yeah. I'll put a normal on. Put normal. Boom. That's a natural 19.
Very good Arcana. And a good roll. Man, I am blanking on the leader of Mechanus.
I have no idea.
Oh.
He's like a-
Primus.
Primus, thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the name.
Optimus Primus?
I don't think so. They
Yes,
were already
Primus.
sued by Tolkien. I don't think they want to go against Bandai.
Oh man. That was horrible.
In another instance of reading the book, you do see some entity known in a very strange script, but you're able to deduce that the name is Primus. They seem to be standing, laying, or sitting. It's kind of hard to tell based on how they are depicted. Inside of a vat or a pool of liquid. It almost looks like metal that is currently moving, like liquid itself. Kind of like Mercury. Well, yeah, kind of like Mercury. You know it's Quicksilver. You would know it as Quicksilver in this world, because that's usually
Okay.
what it was called in medieval times. Looking at it, you can tell that this entity being is depicted as creating these Modrons. Whatever this thing is, it seems to be moving and continuously going in the same pattern or order. and when something goes awry, it goes and rebends maybe a girder where it needs to go, maybe creates a new Modron when another one is destroyed. It looks as if this thing is creating order where chaos stands. Fixing things. Not a lot of people know about this guy based off of how you read things. And in one passage, you do see... I am blanking on the name of the author. You guys know it. I just forgot it. But I'm just going to... I remember his voice at the very least. You do see it read as like a journal. Like someone's thoughts on a journal. And you do read, yes, Mechanus. The very strange place, but a very orderly one. These strange Modron are known to take orders from the one above them, but never the one below them or the one above them. It's quite strange, truly. It's as if everything is in order and every order has its own place and understanding. However, it does seem that someone can disrupt it if they are magically inclined, or perhaps able to control some of it if they are magically inclined. Still, though, it is an odd event that happens from time to time. Not always, but I have seen it happen once in my lifetime. Where these Modron, the very spherical ones with the 2 legs and the 2 feet. Well, technically, I suppose they do have 2 feet and 2 legs at the exact same time. But all of them go out into the wild and look for something. I don't really know what that is, but I am sure it means for reasons. A means to end, I mean. Yes, that's what I meant.
I think his other books might have gotten a little bit... This is an interesting...
I think you found this book on a Natural 20, so probably maybe the first book he's written or something along that line.
This is like the first book when he got like learned about planes and he like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. But you get a good amount of information on that one, and you begin to understand that there is an entity, there is beings that go and try to create order out of chaos.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anything else, Nikolai, before we go over to Ada's puzzle?
I would be... I'll just... are we all inside the inn?
Dust is currently aside from you guys. Still there, but like making design plans. Ada's currently fidgeting with the puzzle.
Okay. I'll probably go... you don't have to do this immediately. Just getting in... confident to call Jillian again. Like getting prepared to call, like give her a message or send her the
You're
you've already done it for the day.
Get rid of the bad news.
No, that was
yesterday. That was yesterday.
Got it.
That's because I stayed up all night.
This
Wait,
is
didn't
relative.
I...
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was saying, did Nikolai ever tell Julian about the deal and everything?
He tried yesterday. However, I'm just going to explain it in game because it makes sense. He tried yesterday. However, Nikolai, you go into the corner where you can still see your friends, but more or less to pump yourself up. You remember the last call you had yesterday where you went to go and try to explain things and what exactly happened to, maybe not significant other, but person you're dating.
I have a personal interest with.
Person you have a personal interest in. You try to communicate with them, and you got more or less a butt dial situation that happened. The other end received the call, but no one was on the other line. But people were close enough to be heard. You did hear Jillian's partner, a nice rough and tough guy. Never met the man, but he seems nice. Have more or less a standoff against another individual. They spoke in the same type of rough voice, and the partner simply stated, "Look, I don't really understand what's going on here. You've hurt my men and you've hurt my partner, and right now they're being attended to. But if you come in quietly, we can come to a negotiation, some sort of deal." And then the other man went, "Did you really think that would happen? Just learning about the spell scrolls, about the arcanic knowledge and everything else including the items being distributed? No, I don't think that's gonna happen. You know, it is a beautiful day, isn't it? And then the partner simply stated, what do you mean by that? Well, I always wanted to go out with a bang! And then you heard an explosion on the other end, and the receiver cut off. And that was the last message Nikolai had.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard that from last game, so yeah.
No. Well,
Okay.
Yeah. So right now, Nikolai's popping himself up like, please be okay.
Oh, he hasn't told anybody about anything that's going on. Like, he hasn't mentioned that at all. So
Yeah. I don't remember how close you were with the group. I'm going to say you're like to the side. So like not close enough that other people could hear. But
I'd be like maybe in Ada's earshot, because she would probably might be able to hear because of how
I think everything's in Ada's earshot.
Well, I mean, out of everybody else's earshot, but trying to be,
So Ada, you can tell that Nikolai's fidgeting, but you kind of understand why. You got some of that.
I mean, Ada can hear people, like read people's lips, so there's that.
That is true. So though, you're on the side fidgeting, getting to make the call. But for now, we'll go with Ada.
Sure.
Ada, right now you're like watching Nikolai, making sure he's getting himself pumped to make a call. Obviously, you understand that things are a little bit not dire, but things didn't end well yesterday. You give him time, a little bit of space for him to contemplate things. If you see that there's trouble, you can easily figure that one out. But right now, you have like one last puzzle piece to solve. Do you remember what to roll? If not, I'll tell you.
I think it's investigation.
It is investigation.
From the puzzles. Okay. Oh.
You easily get the other sides again, but this last side is giving you trouble. You're not exactly sure what to do here. In fact, the way it looks, it almost seems as if you try again, and it almost looks like the pieces are coming together on all 5 sides of the other one, but this last side seems to not fit well. You can tell that Fauna looks at it, kind of amused, as one does not understand the puzzle. Bewilderment, I guess. She looks towards you and goes, is that how it's supposed to look?
No. I can't get the other side right. Do you want to try, Fauna?
No.
No. Alright, Ada's gonna try again. Could you do that?
Yeah, no problem.
Alright. Wow, okay, these rolls are not going well for me tonight. Alright.
You try to solve it again, and then again, that last side seems to almost be a puzzle in itself. It looks like a fractal pattern rather than an image. You're not exactly sure why, but it almost looks like... actually, go ahead and give me a insight check. What do you do? Yeah. Based on how it looks, it almost looks, as I mentioned beforehand, a fractal pattern. It's not an image, it's more like something symbolic or a symbol. The symbol itself, it's kind of hard to tell what piece goes where. So this last side might be the toughest one yet, because you're not exactly sure what piece goes where, what symbol it is. If you've never seen it before, it's even harder than that. So it makes sense why you can't figure out this last side. Based off of what you've rolled, you can tell that this is a magical symbol in nature, but not exactly a magical symbol just yet. If you had to guess, this is magical once the symbol is fully constructed, but not while it's deconstructed.
She sighs. I'm going to get this. I need to. I need to know. Nobody's gonna stop me? No? Yes?
Whisper looks towards you. No, kind of want to see what happens. Got nothing better to do.
Keep it up, Ada. You got it. Cute.
Same to you, Nikolai. Good luck.
Thanks.
Luckily
Yeah.
enough, the number was at 10. Just the last ones were just pretty bad. You begin to solve it one way or another, and then you think about some type of arcanic knowledge. You move it around, and you saw the ice, the snow, the lava, the fields, and all of that nature. This last one doesn't seem to be that type of picture, so you instead go with more arcanic knowledge. And then you realize something. You've seen this type of pattern before, but not exactly during your travels with your companions, your friends, your allies, your team. You saw this when people were making traps out on the battlefield, when people were making like ditches and making symbols all over the place. This is known as a ward, or some type of symbol that once a trigger is met, unleashes whatever it intends to do. You don't think someone would trap a puzzle, at least not in this kind of way. So you know it's safe, to a degree. It's still magic, inside of a toy. So you begin to make that symbol, and then you are able to solve it, because you've already seen it beforehand. And you know that this symbol symbolizes open. So when it does so, the puzzle cube begins to almost unfurl on itself and then like tumble and break apart into smaller cubes. I don't remember how many make up a Rubik's Cube, but that's basically what happens. The
9
cubes.
on each side.
I'm not gonna make the math
What?
because I don't want to. But thank you.
27.
Yeah. Into 27 smaller cubes. However, you can tell that the inside doesn't break around something. Rather, wait, sorry. However, in the middle, or the inside, begins to break around something. There we go. I said it right this time. Inside seems to be a strange sphere. If you had to guess, it almost looks, it honestly feels like a mirror. It honestly looks like a mirror. A spherical mirror around 3 inches in diameter, by 3 inches in diameter, honestly. It's not big, but it can definitely fit in your palm.
Can Ada make an investigation check on the item, or is it just that description?
It's honestly just that description, but you can make an investigation check.
Okay. Same rules. Okay.
This type of thing, it's not normal. Actually, Dusk would probably know that this is not normal. This is in the corner, so you can, like, Dusk, what's your past perception? Is it 12?
No.
Wait, is mine 12?
Wait, what's
Yes,
this?
it is.
Perception?
Mine is 12.
You wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
Dust's perception is a 10.
Hmm.
Dang. Okay.
So
You've never seen this before. It honestly looks very, very tough to make. Since it looks honestly like a mirror, and something so small in a spherical's form, that takes time, dedication, and a lot of work. To just put it in a toy feels weird. Something like this, like even a hand mirror itself, would cost like a silver, which honestly is expensive. A hand mirror would be the best most people can do, and like a nice vanity mirror is something nobles, people high-born, high-end merchants would have. Like, this type of thing is very delicate, very hard to make. No one would just put it in a toy.
Okay. So is Dust near me? Yes.
He's like on the bench, like currently like ordering a few waters here and there, maybe a nice seltzer.
It is gonna hold the. I'm assuming it's like a mini orb, right?
Yeah.
Like a glass orb. Dust. Sorry to bother you, but I have a question. Because I assumed you would know what this is.
Dust will look up from what he's working on.
Looking at it, you
Huh?
can tell that there is a spherical mirror the size of a... I was supposed to say basketball, but that made no sense to me. Baseball.
Baseball. Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's interesting. I'll get up and I'll just kind of go over closer to it. And
Getting closer
if
to
I
it,
may,
getting closer to it, you can tell that this honestly looks like a mirror. A spherical mirror in a three-dimensional pattern. No breaks, no tears, no cracks. That's impossible. It's quite literally smooth. For someone to make it at this dimension without any problems, you would need a framework. And even still, that framework would still show. That would be far too different. And even still further on, it would be flat. This thing is smooth all around. This would go for a lot of money. Even
Okay,
just like a
that right-
mantelpiece.
yeah. Ada, that right there is somewhat of an anomaly. Virtually impossible to make. Only very crucial, only certain aspects, certain ways would be able to make that. That is not made by a typical craftsman. That right there would be worth a lot. Where did you get it?
Well, oddly, it was in one of the puzzles I just finished.
Points towards, I think he said 27? 27 cubes on the table.
Interesting. You could potentially sell it, and you get quite a bit from it. But I would hide that away.
Yeah,
As best you can.
I was thinking I was going to keep it anyways. Hopefully, I won't be the one to break it.
I don't think that you would be able to break that. That is something very special. So.
You re-
And
you
Oh,
do
sorry,
re-
go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, you do realize something though. It wasn't a cube that you were moving around and jostling. You're surprised it's not scratched.
Can I make it a Arcana check on it, or could I cast detect magic on?
Either.
I think it'd be best if I cast detect magic on this orb.
yeah, Dust was mostly just looking at it as more of a craftsman point of view.
Detect magic. The spell. Bear. Block.
The spell can penetrate most barriers.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. You begin to read it and you begin to analyze it, and you can tell that there is faint magic on it, as if something was used on it before, but no longer. You can tell it has some type of conjuration magic formerly on it, but it no longer holds that magic. If you had to guess by the way Dust described how to make something like this, someone likely used magic to help mold this rather than something else of this nature. However, you can also tell that it does have an enchantment-based magic still in it. However, it's very, very faint and very, very weak.
Okay.
Enchantment and illusion.
Oh.
If you had to guess, fixing or maybe restoring the enchantment will amplify the illusion script.
Okay, can Ada look into the orb to see if she can see anything besides, I guess, her own reflection?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll perception.
Perception. What's that? There it is.
He's not bad. You begin to look towards it, and you do see yourself and Dust. Nikolai's in the corner when you're looking at it, so you can see him as well. You can tell that you do see everyone that would see in a reflection. However, you do see something else moving at the corner of your eye, as if something walked behind Dust. You look up, look towards Dust, and there's nothing there.
Do I know which direction the figure moved?
Like heading towards the door to lead outside.
Can I look to the orb in that direction?
Yeah, you do see like a silhouette of something, like someone's shadow moving out the door.
Okay. That is very odd. All right. I don't know what to do with this thing. I'm assuming Ada has a handkerchief. She's just gonna wrap the orb into it and put it in her pocket.
Do so easily enough. If you had to guess, it's pretty sturdy since, again, was in a cube. You kept moving the cube. So you handkerchief it just to be safe and put in your pockets.
Okay, well, thank you, Dust. Sorry to interrupt your design.
Oh, don't mention it. This could potentially take a little while.
That is true. But yeah, you have that now. All you have left is a sword to solve, but first we'll go with Nikolai. Nikolai, you're in the corner currently wondering what's going to happen. You do see Ada go towards Dust with a weird mirror circle.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. You can do this. You can do this. Okay. Here we go. And he just like kind of pushes the sending stone or whatever he does to turn it on, and tries to get an answer.
Yeah. You press on the sending stone to get an answer or a response on the other side. It's more or less kind of like triggering a spell. You know how to do that, so you're able to do it easily enough.
Can I throw us like I don't know if I can I try to put some magic into it just to see if it'll like enhance the spell to make it like louder, or at least like know that it's urgent or something?
I don't think that's how that works, but roll Arcana.
I know. Okay. I was just like, I didn't know it worked like that. I was just kind of trying to just make it so, because I'm like worried, but
Yeah. You try to amplify it with your own magic, but honestly, you're retraining your magic, so kind of hard to tell if it worked or not. But you do receive a beeping noise on the other end. Just simply means that the other end has time to respond.
Okay.
And you do hear like a click on the other end. On the other side, you do hear someone. It's not the partner, and it's not Jillian. But you actually never heard this voice. Now that I think about it, yeah.
Okay.
You just hear a man on the other end. In the background, you do hear like nurses and like doctors talking in the other end. Nurse, I need a scalpel. Yes, doctor, of course, and all that kind of stuff. If you've ever if you've ever seen a TV show at a hospital,
yeah.
The man looks at the stone, though you can't see it, and then states, "Who is this? Why are you contacting my sister?"
What? Jillian? Is she there?
Right now, she's in the ER. Can I help you with something?
I was worried about her. I haven't been able to contact her in a couple days, and we started talking to each other, and I was hoping to hear from her.
She's fine. I'll let her know her friend contacted her.
I'm more than that to her. She's more than that to me.
I'm gonna give you a second chance there. I'm assuming you don't know who she is, who her father is.
You know,
I'll let her know her friend contacted her. Leave it at that. I don't really care. Can I get a name?
my name is Nikolai.
All right. Well, right now she is in the ER getting her leg and arm fixed up. Her partner died yesterday after an explosion happened on a raid that went sour. She'll be fine. Can't really say the same thing about her partner. Is that it?
I've never met you before, but I just want to say that why do you feel like you're just like, you care about her?
She's my sister. And the reason why you haven't probably met us is because you probably have never met our father. And if you did, he would have probably sent me to kill you. Probably better if we didn't meet.
Honestly, I'd rather meet and then know how someone feels and then know that I can change someone's heart.
I'm gonna assume that means about my sister and not me. No offense, I'm
No,
taken.
that was about it. Your father.
Don't know how I feel about that. Kind of leave
Because
widowed.
someone's emotions can be swayed, and I don't mean any harm to anyone, but I don't know why someone would have to do something so drastic just because someone wishes them to be happy, or at least together with somebody.
Okay, I'm gonna assume based off of this, you have no idea who she is in her own personal life. I suggest you get to know her better before you state your intimate. If that's how you feel.
Has she told you anything about her life?
Has she told you? I feel like... Look, I'm gonna be nice since right now I am honestly worried about my sister.
I
She
am
is
as
part of
well.
the mob. Maybe not personally anymore, but she is still part of that. Father kind of runs it. I'm an enforcer. I enforce in different ways. A lot of that involves killing. Especially killing suitors that are after my sister. For one reason or another. I get you're romantically involved. And if this is new information, speak with her about it, my bad. Not everything is roses where we come from. Especially with Dad.
Roses, dandelions, tulips. It all depends on how you see this picture. But at the end, you're all in a field of flowers. And you got to know which one you want to pick.
I'm gonna stop using metaphors with you. All right.
They don't work on me.
She'll be out of the ER in about 5 hours. Call then.
I can't call. I just called today. She has to call me back.
I'll let her know.
Thank you.
Right. In the background, you do hear someone with a more or less snarky voice go, "Hey, Thomas, you done ready? We gotta go hit someone." Oh, all right. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go kill someone because they didn't pay up to their dues. And they
Best of
hang up.
luck. Oh, you did hear that?
He did not.
Oh, okay.
All I can say is you're so screwed.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Brother's
Okay.
nice, just, you know, part of the mob. Air quotes.
I mean, there is. So, I'm so confused by like. Is that the? Did you just say you said that, Kyle? Right? Dust didn't say that, right?
No, Des wasn't there.
Okay.
No, that's Kyle saying that.
Okay. Okay. I'll talk.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
talk to Dust. I'll talk to Dust in a second.
But you end the call and you can tell that Thomas, Jillian's sister, sorry, brother, she doesn't have a sister, told you that unfortunately her partner did die. You know, it's kind of hard to survive a point-blank explosion. But she is fine. She's being tended to and out of surgery in the next couple of hours.
Yes.
She's alive.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good. I'll just go sit down next to Dust and kind of just see what he's doing, grab a drink, and maybe just start reading the book a little bit more.
Yeah. You guys sit around the table, Dust still making blueprints. And take a nice seltzer. It's still pretty early in the, not morning, but afternoon. By this time. You read a few things. Opal is still doing her thing. You've already taken lunch. You just enjoy a nice day. Nothing like amazingly fantastic happens. But you get some answers here and there. Ada solved her puzzle and that weird thing inside. Dust is currently half-ish finished with his blueprints. And Nikolai is more or less getting back to... Well, she's not dead. Sucks about her partner. At least she's not dead.
No, I think the partner thing was just like, I mean, Nikolai doesn't. I mean, he cared about people, but I mean, I
You
think
care, it sucks, but you've never met him. So
I'd never
that
met
weird
him.
feeling.
I think the only situation that mattered to me was like, okay, how do I express this and be show like what I'm like how I'm feeling, but not show it like I'm trying to be forceful. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're sad someone died, but it's kind of hard to be personal with that. That's kind of the thing you're going through right now. The person you cared about is alive, so that's your main focus.
Oh no, I'm more focused on the fact that now I'm trying. Now, no, Nikolai's not. I mean, he's gotten over. Okay, yeah, she's fine. Now he's like, okay, how can I figure out what the situation's going to entail? Dealing with someone that, when she said, "Oh, I have to find somebody to wed," when Jillian said that, but now he knows what that means, and so if somebody, he's like processing that thought. So now it's like, okay, how can I sway somebody that is in a bad situation to get out of the situation for the best possible outcome and for the least possible wake of bad things happening?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll insight.
Oh gosh. Do I have? Oh, did it? Since I didn't sleep, I wouldn't have Tides of Chaos back, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not that hard to tell, but nah, it's not that hard. As long as you didn't roll one, I'll give you something. You can tell that Jillian likely thought of things through. It's not as if she impulsively goes after anyone or impulsively does everything her father asks.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She is not exactly, well, dumb. She is kind of awkwardly social, but she's not dumb.
Oh, she is very intelligent and kind of pretty wise, streetwise.
Like, there's probably a reason why she decided to be a cop instead of joining the family business.
Yeah.
So maybe talking to her about that might shed some light on things.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But you all get together and more or less contemplate things, then Whisper does state. So other than Dust going out at night to do his... looks at your blueprints. Something I'm not going to judge him about. Anyone else have anything else to do?
No, I'm well, we can talk about what happened with... Nikolai sighs. My girlfriend. And I don't remember the last time I actually said that out loud. So
I don't think you ever did. So Whisper immediately goes, "Oh, it's official."
And I will immediately throw a chromatic orb in your face if you say that again.
Well, I'll say that again, but not right now. Moments past.
Okay. But anyways, there was an accident and she got put in the hospital.
Now I feel awkward, but I'll get over it.
So.
Is she okay?
Yeah, I mean, there was an explosion and her partner died, and her like coworker partner, officer partner, and she had to go into surgery for some reason. I'm hoping she still is in one piece. And I hope that I can kind of get some more information because I figured out that she was part of father is part of the underground. I mean, I knew this because she gave me the blade, but didn't really understand the whole situation that he's part of the underground mob / thieves guild or whatever you call it in that town.
Amara does state, and she works for the police?
Yes.
That is strange. Not in a bad way, just very strange that I suppose they would allow her to do that. If I had to guess, there's something behind that. Maybe ask her about that when she's out of the ER?
I'd like to know now that she said that if she's intending to be the way she was in the police or she's undercover and meaning to do it. Either she's doing it for her or she's doing it undercover for her family. Or there's another reason.
That honestly does make sense, but hopefully she recovers well and you all can get past this. It's quite nice when the person you love loves you back or you like. I don't really know where you're at, Nikolai, so I won't say that, but the person you like tries to communicate a little bit better with you.
Yes. Well, I think all I can do now is just try to keep on learning magic and know more how to deal with the situation. And I think the best way I can do that is just getting back to the same place or better than where I was after I completed the deal.
She nods.
Before I completed the deal.
Fauna then looks towards you. So what's a girlfriend?
Well, so usually that entails when sorry, Just, if this offends either of you, but in my opinion, I would say, for me, I don't know. This is a little. You can do. Me as a person, I choose to be with a girl, and I'm a guy, and that's my preference. So other people have preferences. So you can be with somebody, but it has the intention of wanting to be married at some point. I would believe most people think like that. Some people don't have to have that intention, but usually it means that you're liking each other and you want to spend more time with that person and get to know them more closely, more than a friend.
I don't think I have that with any of you. Does that mean I'm no one's girlfriend? Should I leave the group?
No, I mean, you are, I mean, okay. You are a girl and you have friends that are girls. That is not the same as having a specific girlfriend to you, or a guy, or a boyfriend, or a guy friend. There's different things here. We're talking about multiple things. This is confusing, isn't it? Yes.
It is.
But I don't have marriage interest or courtship towards any of you. Does that mean I should leave? Wait,
No.
does that also mean you all have courtship towards each other?
Okay,
no.
so
No,
so
no, no,
so,
no,
so
no.
Nikolai's gonna go. He's
Okay.
gonna go pull out some some paper
Yeah.
and then spell out the words like girl
Nikolai, go ahead and
and
roll.
friend, and then
Mm.
girlfriend is in one word, and like put space different spacing
I know, I
between
know, I
them.
know.
So yeah,
But this is trying to describe things to Fauna. Go ahead and roll insight.
insight. No,
I was going with knowledge. It'd be insight or history, I guess.
I'm history. History's a lot actually. Is
I'll give you
history better?
persuasion. I'll give you persuasion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like persuading her with knowledge. You know what you're trying to say. It's just trying to say it properly.
Sure.
You give her the insighted information of what it means to be romantic. She doesn't fully understand, but you can tell that after the information is brought out, she understands that she's no one's girlfriend. She has no affiliation with you in that response, but at the exact same time, she is allowed to be here because she is a friend. That is a different kind of relationship that you can have with a significant other that doesn't have to be romantical. Romance in one way or the other. It doesn't have to involve a different step. This is just a separate relationship that someone can have with another person that involves more than one step. Yeah. She eventually gets it, describing
gosh.
it in a very strict rather than emotional kind of way. So after everything is described, she goes, okay.
Good. Okay. So we are all friends, and we don't need to add boy or girl to it because that's more personal preference
Uh-huh.
of who you want to be with. Yeah. Okay. Good. We got that out of the way. Good.
Whisper then states, that awkwardness aside, anyone planning anything to do tomorrow? Kind of free right now. Opal's doing a job. Dust looks at blueprints again, not judging, but doing something.
I'll be reading most of the day. Was that Amara that said that, or Whisper?
Whisper.
Yeah, I'll be reading most of the day. Amara, if you want to help me read, I mean, you're free to do whatever you want, but if you want to help, that'd be great.
I don't mind helping. I do have something to do later in the afternoon, but in the morning and at night, I don't mind.
Sure. So, I'll probably take some coffee / dinner / lunch breaks if we want to like wander around and do something. But other than that, I'll spend most of the time reading.
I will. During the day, I'm fairly free. I'm up to doing some things. I'll probably be wandering around the bazaar, or maybe doing some other things tomorrow. Most of my plans are in the evening
All right.
currently.
Whisper then states, well, yeah, that makes sense. Some guy, I didn't really catch his name. Honestly, I thought he was going to try to hit on us. A little too young for me, no offense. That guy, don't know why I said that. Anyways, told us about some maze dungeon or whatever outside of town. Thought I'd look into it.
I'd be down to doing that as well.
That sounds interesting. I'm a little bit
It doesn't have to be today or
Lacking?
tomorrow.
I'm
Yeah.
lacking in my knowledge, but I mean, it sounds like a fun thing to do.
I mean, we could do it before we leave. We still have time.
No rush. They said they were going to be here until, like, the festival ends. And Whisper looks towards the bartender. Hey, lady, how long is the festival? I have a name. Forgot it. Fair enough. Lasts for 4 days. Yeah, 4 days. So, like, I guess this week and a little bit of next week.
Then
Plenty
a
of
couple
time.
days after the festival, we will be leaving with the caravan. In the couple days after the festival, so
Yeah, no rush.
Excuse me.
No one even heard that. I did hear the excuse me, though.
Okay, good.
You're excused.
Yeah, no, I think we should do that here the next couple days. Yeah, but yeah, no, I think we should do that before the festival starts. Maybe we might be able to get a little bit of extra funds for everybody for the festival.
What? The festival doesn't start until... Looks, yells at the lady again, same response. 3 days.
Wait. Oh, 3 days? Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry, I think it was 4 days, my bad.
Yeah.
4 days, so plenty of time.
Yeah.
Well, I guess everyone should probably finish their tasks first, and then we can head for the temple.
Yeah, probably. It gets to nighttime, and you eventually head out to the blacksmith shop. Nikolai, what are you doing in the afternoon? Well, technically late evening.
Reading,
Easily enough done.
studying. Yeah.
What about you, Ada?
Starting the dagger puzzle.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do whatever you want.
Lame.
It doesn't have to just be the puzzle or like in this inn. You can like go out in town, see what happens. But if you want to start with the puzzle, we can definitely start with the puzzle.
She wants to, because I feel like Ada wants to completely distract herself before getting to the main things.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
Okay. I guess we'll go with Dust first, because I found the map.
Nice.
Nice.
You get into the average Yangtze shop. Honestly, forgot their age. Not important. They look towards you. You explain that you're about to do a few things. They go, very well then. They go over towards a sphere that is roughly big. I honestly don't remember the dimensions. But it's big enough that it houses the crystal inside. That summons elementals. They press on it and they like move around so it gets to wind. And then a nice wind elemental comes out. They look towards it and simply state, all right then, watch over these guys. If they break anything, write it down. If something terrible happens, contact me. Otherwise, they're free to do whatever except for take any of my things. The man looks towards you and he does state, do you need any raw materials before I head out? Oh, here are your hammers, by the way. He hands you like 2 wrapped hammers.
Thank you. Bert, any materials that we need in particular?
We would need compounded materials such as steel, copper, and iron. All right. Size of weapon, blade, dimension for... What are you making? Oh, we're going to start small, so dagger size. Very well, then. They, like, put a few things down. They do state it's not heavily expensive, and I do have some you could use that isn't terribly at a loss.
I will be paying for this materials as well.
Yes, I assumed. I wouldn't give you it for free.
Of course.
Well, you are about to smith it right now, so I don't need to give you the best things. So, they give you a good enough amount that you can make 3 daggers out of them. They do state it'd be about 10 gold. You can tell that it's basically raw material, so no like fancy. I was about to say polish and polish. That made no sense.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Nothing ready to make where I just have to form it.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to clean it and stuff, but you can easily do that.
Yeah.
Transfer is made. They then state, "All right, then, don't burn down my workshop," and they head out. Don't even know what plish and plonish even meant. Anyways, you get to the furnace without too much of an issue. You begin to work for a few hours, just cleaning the material. It's easily enough done. You even have enough to like make an additional thing if you wanted, like maybe a nice small necklace piece or something like that. Nothing big, but something. She does state, all right then, now that the material's clean, we are going to work with these type of hammers. Now, the problem with these kind of things is they're very heavy. but they result with the best sound imaginable. Why? Because they are made out of the same type of material. If you use the same type of hammer like everyone else, all you have is to deal with the wood and the metal of the actual head of the hammer. That type of resonance is lost when you don't feel the vibration. However, with this kind of hammer, you can feel the vibration within your own skin. I don't know if that's the same thing with everybody, but it is with my own clan.
Well, I'm willing to learn as much as I can.
All right, then. We are first going to try to temper steel. And Dust, I want you to go ahead and roll athletics. You've never really done this before, so it's probably going to be hard. I'm not going to tell you the number, though. It's more than an 8, though.
It doesn't help that I have a -1 to strength.
Yeah. Like, you've made more delicate pieces, so making something a little bit bigger, it's weird, it's different. It's nothing you haven't done before, but this is a new way of doing things, so it's kind of hard to fully memorize in one stroke. So you begin to get some of the steel that at first, bring it down, put it in the fire, bring in the hammer down, put it in the fire. Whatever dominant hand Dust use, if you're ambidextrous, it really doesn't matter. When you do so, your arm is already tired. It is not great feeling. It almost feels numb. As I mentioned beforehand, she did state it is a very unique weapon or item to have. You can definitely feel each pound, each stroke. And it's also very heavy, so your arm is honestly tired, even with this first movement. She looks towards you and goes, yeah, all right, it's pretty brittle, but fundamentals quite right. So, yeah, I can understand you being a jeweler. But then she, goes to poke it with her own hammer, not even that hard, just like one would a stuck door. That much force. She clonks on it with the hammer, and it immediately breaks apart into 4 pieces. But you've tempered the metal far too much with fire. Got too brittle. We're gonna have to start again.
Okay.
Luckily enough, you've already been heating up the other metal, so you don't have to wait that much long. So you scrap the metal, put it in the side to be made or dealt with later. You go with some copper this time since it's more malleable. She goes, all right then, this shouldn't be that difficult. Not that difficult. All right, we're going to go with the clasping device that puts them together with the actual blade in hand. She's already poured it in the mold where you would need to have it. She then states, in this case, you will need to use the hammer itself to press into the metal to make it far more dense. This part is a little bit more delicate, but as long as you have the strength for it, you should be fine. Go ahead and roll another athletics.
Come on, high roll. 9. Why?
You press into the mold to condense it further, more or less to get rid of the air, honestly. But you do it so, I'm not going to say well, but you warp the metal in the way that it fits into the mold, but you press it too much that it then goes over the mold. So it will take time to clean it, but it's not, it can work, but you'll have to spend way more time than, an actual artisan of blade works would want. She does state, all right, not the best. Honestly, there was, as long as you have the time, you can clean this up. She puts it to the side to be scrapped later, because it's not something you could use at this moment in time. All right, then, there's one final trick to it. We're going to work with the folding of the metal itself. She brings out the composite material of metals, which isn't the steel. It isn't the copper. It's quite literally a whole bunch of metals put together. She's melted it, heated it up, and took it into the fire in front of you. All right, then. This involves your dexterity to bend the metal as quickly as possible and then to hammer it down. With 2 failures, Dust, I'm going to give you disadvantage on this because your arm would so be tired.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Perfect.
She does state, this is the hardest part. You're going to have to fold the metal quickly without too much of an issue and then put it in the fire and bring it back out as much as possible, as quickly as possible. If you let it to be cool too much, it'll be too brittle. Too hot, it'll fall apart. So this involves your speed. And go ahead and roll acrobatics. Disadvantage. Nice!
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, acrobatics, it uses dex, and has a +3 to dex. So,
Well, I mean, you rolled a 15 and an 18, so I mean,
Yeah.
you're doing something.
Luckily
Yeah.
enough, and fortunately enough, this was the hardest part. The first one was 15. The second one was 12. This one was 18, so you just got... you begin to temper the metal quite quickly and quite well. You have speed. You know that's one very good thing you have. You quickly put it in the fire, bring it back out. Enough time that it heats up, but not enough time that it overheats. Bring it back out, hammer it in with enough time that it isn't fully cool. And you keep repeating this process the time she tells you. And eventually you do have a very thin piece of metal. It's not fully formed, but honestly, you weren't expecting, to learn it in one day. You will definitely learn it within the time frame you have, as long as you keep, studying under her for the next couple of days. It's not as if you're starting from zero. You're definitely starting from a good point. This is just a new trick, a new tool you can definitely work with. So by the time you finish this round, she does state, all right then, that wasn't that bad. The metal itself is tempered quite well, and it is pressed together. The folding is quite nice. We just need to work on your skill, trained, and technique. Other than that, though, you should be fine, so long as you... have free time tomorrow if you're able to make it.
yeah, I believe I have, tomorrow it should be fine.
Alright, I'm honestly here until the festival ends. Well, the day before the festival ends. Kind of need to go somewhere. But, if you have the time, more than willing to make it. Just tell me if you have the place rented out. I'm assuming you rented it out. And we just didn't broke, and that guy was just some random dude. But, nonetheless, have the time. Call me. Make sure it's rented out.
Yes, I will, of course. Here in the next couple days, there might be a day or two where it won't be able to work, because...
It doesn't have to be every day. I have my own job.
Yeah. But yeah, we have some plans that might take in. But yeah, no, let's plan on it tomorrow, and working same time, and then I'll let you know if I can get this rent out the workshop.
All right. It's getting late, and I should probably get going. Also, feel free to take the metal. We can obviously use it tomorrow. Just don't put it anywhere breakable. I'm not talking about it breaking. That's not really an issue. But it is... She looks at it. Some of it's pointy. Be careful with that.
Yes, no, I'll definitely take care of it.
Yeah. Obviously, you can reuse the metal, so it wasn't a complete loss. You take... Even though it's not perfect, you can obviously make it tomorrow. So that's easy enough done. You don't have to repay more and more gold for more metal. You take it. Honestly, you feel that you have increased your skill set more, especially today. It's not exactly perfect, but you are getting somewhere. And again, you haven't started from, square one. You started from square 5 out of 10. Now 6.
Yeah. One thing that I will do for the night is I will be just basically inspecting my mistakes, as well as kind of what we did. and reviewing it. Just be like, okay, this, and then like kind of up in the room, I'll be just kind of swinging the hammer just to kind of get more used to it.
Yeah. Do you do that thing when you learn something and you overdo it? Or do you just like try to understand what you did, work it, but not overwork it?
Second one, where trying to pick it up a little bit, analyzing it, but not overworking it.
Okay. You get a +1 to your rolls tomorrow, or whenever you decide to go back. So you just need to roll a d20 and hope for the best. But you no longer have the negative for tomorrow. And since you didn't overdo it, you don't have exhaustion.
Yeah, no. Like, Dust would have probably had a point where he did the exhaustion past the point at some point in his training. But, like, when it comes to crafting, he would know his limit.
Yeah, you don't overwork your arm, put it out of its socket. Again, the hammer is honestly heavy. So you don't overdo it. In the meantime, Nikolai, you're not out and about. Honestly, you are at a corner shop drinking some tea or beer or honestly alcohol. Amar is there by your side. Same with Fauna. Yeah, same with Fauna. She has to be somewhere.
Yeah.
She's currently helping me out with the book, getting to understand magic, and she does state, all right then. The next piece shouldn't be that difficult, but if we're working with the book, is there any specific passage you would want to work with? Otherwise, I can teach you what I know, I guess.
I would say that, I don't know, I think there's some lessons in the book that I could probably take from. I'm interested about these different planes and the sense of order, because they're seeming to make chaos or reduce the amount of chaos and turn order from chaos.
Then I suppose we should go with clockwork magic. Is it a bit different than I understand it, but it's something we can try to understand.
Sure.
I suppose we can go with the simplest kind of spell. Do you know the spell alarm already?
No, I don't.
All right. The alarm spell is more or less trying to make sure you don't get caught off guard while sleeping or anything
Wait.
else.
Can I use this on Whisper?
Potentially.
Oh, that's exciting. Okay.
Right then. It's the only clockwork magic I currently know, but I can tell you more about clockwork magic. So do you know a good amount of it? Since I am a bard of lore and entertainment.
I don't know if I know anything about that kind of magic. I remember. Oh, hold on. I tabbed out. What was the spells that I was gonna say? I know. What kind of spell? What I don't know if Nikolai would know what kind of spells. Is it conjuration? Or what kind of spell is alarm? Alarm is a abjuration. Okay. Choo. I don't think he would know any abjuration magic. Oh, I guess counterspell is abjuration.
Yeah.
But he doesn't remember how to do that yet. So yeah.
Well, starting with the fundamentals. She does state, I can teach you it if you want. It's one of the few spells I have, but don't really need. I use it to travel, but since I have you guys, I've never really needed to travel with it on.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
And then hopefully you can understand it. She begins to like prep a few things here and there. She gives you like a small little tiny bell. on a silver wire. All right. Since we're still working on your focus, we'll use the component material for the spell. And ultimately, it gives off an alarm sound whenever unwanted intrusion happens.
So we put it by the door?
By a door, window, or area within the range of it.
Okay.
No larger than 20 feet cube. Until the spell ends, the alarm is heard on the
So that
creatures.
means we can put it by the door. I got to figure out how it works, but we put it by the door and then we can see when Dust comes back.
I suppose.
We'll know when he comes back. Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
All right then. We'll go with the. She points towards Fauna. Fauna, do you mind moving over there for a little bit? And when I tell you to come over, can you come over? Okay. She heads over to the side and she begins to point towards the square that she's currently pointing to.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. I want you to go ahead and use your Conic Knowledge to place the bell in the exact place I tell you. Infuse it with magic to have the alarm spell inscribed into it. Right now, these symbols are written inside the bell, so you don't really need to know the spell just yet. This is just to make sure you understand the full fundamentals of alarm.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll Arcana.
Alrighty. And bloop.
You place the bell on the square she told you. This nice cobblestone square. You begin to infuse it with your magic. It is a level 1 spell. So mark off 1 spell slot.
Okay.
And then it infuses into the bell itself, and you feel the magic radiating in an area. Pretty far in the area, but not so far that, it encompasses all. She does then look towards Fauna and goes, Fauna, do you mind coming over here? Okay. Walks over, and then once she hits the line of the spell, it begins to ring heavily. Not so heavily that everyone hears it, but you yourself specifically can hear it wherever you're standing. It's loud enough that if you were asleep, you'd wake up, but not so loud that it's deafening.
Yeah.
Okay. She then tells you to place your hand upon the bell, and you do so, and it negates the spell. All right.
Okay.
Good. Once you begin to learn a little bit more, we can delve into some more spells.
Wait, let's go. Let's keep going. This is fun. This is a lot of fun.
I'm afraid I only know the clockwork spell of alarm. I don't really know too many others.
Can we look in the book and see if there's more that we can learn?
Yes, but I'm assuming it involves more than just what we have here.
Okay.
She opens the book, and in there you do see a few spells here and there. You see protection from good and evil. You see lesser restoration. You see dispel magic, freedom of movement, wall of force, greater restoration.
I think Ada knows that spell.
These are all the names you're seeing, but you see no way of casting them. You just understand that these are spells you can acquire.
Is Ada here?
It is inside the shop. You're outside taking some tea, alcohol, while she's inside solving a puzzle.
Okay, well, I would, because I've seen Ada, I literally watched Ada cast dispel, or did she dispel magic or, detect magic. So dispel magic, okay, never mind. I don't know if she knows that or not, but she might know a little bit more about it, so.
Yeah, in the book. Go ahead.
I was gonna say out of game from what the spells Dogma has listed. Ada knows lesser restoration, dispel magic. I forget what the others were, but she knows some of them.
Yeah. She can definitely help you. It's the way it's written. It's based off of the plane itself, you can tell that this has a lot of order. And based off of the magics that I've seen lesser restoration, greater restoration, protection from energy, freedom of movement, protection from good and evil, and other various spells. While I do say that it is an interesting homage to maybe the clerical stance, I can understand why both are close to each other. After all, one is trying to restore order, while the other one is trying to enforce it. Still, though,
Hmm.
very interesting.
Okay. I don't know if I want to bother Ada, but I'd probably maybe I'll just continue reading it. Maybe the spells will. I could probably try to like gain knowledge of the spells first before I try to like test them out.
For the night, you can tell, or at least read some of the spells. They don't have the symbols or like the arcanic knowledge you would need to fully cast it. It's just Amara was there and she knew the alarm spell.
Yeah.
Never needed to use it because you guys were there and you guys take shifts when you're sleeping. But you can tell that you do see a few spells in there and more or less descriptors. You read Lesser Restoration. You've seen Ada cast that. You assume Greater Restoration is like that, but bigger.
Yeah.
Dispel Magic, obviously, by the namesake, you can understand that it dispels magic to a certain degree. Protection from good and evil, surprisingly enough, isn't as written. But you understand that more or less. The more and more you read it, you can tell that these type of spells are trying to give order to what isn't exactly ordered. Or at the very least, giving a better understanding to the caster. This is very good information, honestly. Amar does state, based off of what we've read so far, it does seem that this honestly is a list of information that is very hard to find. I'm not exactly sure where you found this book, Nikolai, but
I
honestly,
don't know. Someone at the library felt. I think they found it. Luckily, it was like the only copy they had in. I don't know, the whole region or something. I don't know.
there's so much information. I would not be surprised if it's the Oni one. But I can tell you, based off of what we've read and my own knowledge, Mechanist is the type of plane that gives order. Its own leader would likely help out any others that are trying to gain this type of power to, bring order into the chaos of, the world. I know that some warlocks gain energy and power from these types of beings, and even some sorcerers do. If you try to maybe commune with someone within this realm, you might have more fruit bear. I'm not going to go with metaphors in this. You might be able to increase the speed of your own knowledge pool if you do so, but you might owe a favor to an entity, so I would advise against it. Based off of your track record, no offense. At the very least, understand what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. Okay.
It is possible, though.
I'll keep on reading about it, I suppose.
Yeah, you continue to read it. Ada inside. You begin to, more or less solve this. It's weird. Who makes a puzzle out of a sword? It is made out of wood, but it's still weird. You begin to try to move it, and you can tell it turns into something else. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Wait, I'm just asking. The sword turns into something else?
Yes. If you've ever seen or heard about Transformers, it's kind of like that. Instead of a vehicle, it turns into something else. And sword.
Yep. Okay, I see now.
You begin to bend it and move it, but you can't exactly get it just right. If you had to guess, there's only one way of solving this, so it doesn't turn into multiple things. Or maybe it does, but you can't exactly fix it. You tried to bend the blade, air quotes, on itself, which you can do, but you can't really figure out the rest of this puzzle. At least not right now. Go ahead and try one more time.
Okay. Okay.
A little bit worse, but not that much. You get one side folded in on itself, but it doesn't want to unfold. So you scrap that idea and begin to try to work it out. While you're trying to work it out, Whisper does look towards you. Oh, you have another one?
Yeah, I think Nikolai got this one for me.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Any reason why you're doing that. I mean, you have the night to do whatever you want in town.
Have you ever done puzzles, Whisper?
Twice.
Such as this?
Once.
What happened to the twice?
Second one broke.
Oh. Well, I never really had a chance to do any of these as a kid.
That's
I was
fair.
mainly focused on studies and all that. And I find these really interesting, and they're a nice distraction, I guess.
I mean, that's fair, but usually people distract themselves, as an adult. No offense, Ada, but I'm pretty sure that's what you are. You can do puzzle, that's fine, but, there are other things you can do out there, like hunt someone down, steal someone's purse. Not that I want you to do that, but you can do that if you want to. Go to a club. Drink. Doesn't have to be alcohol, but drink. Play a game. Meet people outside. Have dinner. Puzzle wouldn't be my first choice.
I understand that, Whispered, really. I know there's other options of what I could do. I just want to do them. I just want to figure this out. It's a nice train thing for my brain.
That's fair.
It kind of takes me out of reality a bit.
Yeah, that's fair. Based off of what everything's been going on with you, totally fair. Oh, there was this last thing that you could also do. Hang out with friends. Like, points towards outside. Currently, you see Nikolai, Amara, and Fauna. Like, for some reason, you hear like a bell when Fauna gets closer to them. Like, those people outside. Or, like your oldest friend in the group points towards Amara. You probably have like catching up to do or whatever.
I know. It's been kind of hard since, I saw her die right in front of me.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. But you know what she's not?
She's not dead.
Exactly! Pat you on the back.
Whisper, you could have just joined them if you want. You didn't have to stay with me or anything.
Oh, no, I don't like them. Well, one.
You're not a fan of Nikolai.
Not a fan.
Okay, so you're saying I need to get in contact with Amara again. Why don't you and Nikolai try to make up with each other?
Oh, we kind of did. He insulted me severely and heavily once. Now we're just neutral.
But you still hate him?
Not hate him, I got neutral.
So you're past the little drama you and Nikolai had, or are you still mad at him?
Past it. Just still mess with him, though. It's fun.
Well, you have a reason.
Huh?
Nikolai is easy. No offense to Nikolai. He can't even hear me. He's easy to make fun of, I'll be honest.
Nikolai does not have the perception check to hear you. Already established. Whisper does state. Yeah.
12?
Not high enough.
Sorry.
I would give it to you at 14.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whisper does state, though. Fair enough. He's getting better at it. Did you hear he had a girlfriend?
Yeah, I know he has a girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. And he's actually trying to call her. So, he's getting better.
Can I please try to roll a perception check?
Disadvantage.
Just Nikolai sneezes. and
I will
really
handle that. Yep. That's a
Oh my
12.
god,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
You don't overhear their conversation, but you do see, or at least hear partially, voices in the background. You turn around, you do see Whisper and Ada talking about something. You don't really know.
Okay.
Currently, reading the book, learning a spell. Yeah, Whisper does state. Getting better. And you know what you can do?
Also get better.
Exactly. And you know how you can do that?
Honestly, from my view, doing puzzles, but I'm guessing you're going to say talking with everyone.
No, by relaxing. If a puzzle helps you, go ahead and do it. But you can also speak with people, giving you more options.
Well, thank you, Whisper.
Yeah. Just staring at you. She's just staring at you.
Can you? Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Nikolai has grown up a bit. I mean, I guess either because he has a girlfriend or it's because he lost his magic and everything. I don't know. Could you please stop staring at me? That doesn't help things.
I just like to make people uncomfortable. And then she walks away.
Okay, bye.
She waves.
He's gonna continue on the puzzle anyways.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give you this because it's not that hard to tell. You feel like she was messing with you.
Well,
not fully, but that last part felt like she was messing with you with the same kind of way she messes with Nikolai.
alright. That's new for her.
It is. But
I
go
wish
ahead.
Nikolai could say something, but
Yeah, you do see Whisper walk out the door. She looks towards you guys. The alarm bell rings. She goes, "Ah! What the heck? Wait, who's teaching this guy alarm?"
I got her. No, let's go. Good one. I give Amara a high five.
High five. She looks towards you. Oh man, just don't do this at night. It's very annoying. Walks off into town.
This is the best spell.
It is quite useful, especially if you're traveling alone.
Ada's gonna take back about what you said about Nikolai acting like adult. He's still
Ada, go ahead and roll one more time on your puzzle.
He's more like an adult.
He's more like it. Dang, I'm just getting 13s and 10s.
You're solving it, but haven't finished the final product. By this time, Dusk gets back. Nikolai has read up a good amount of things. It's relatively late at night by this time. Ada, you're still trying to figure it out, but not fully. At this point in time, you do see that Opal comes back late at night. Whisper left somewhere at night and never returned.
Opal?
No,
Whisper.
Opal returned.
Yeah, I was about to say her name.
Whisper did not
Hi.
return. Oh yeah,
It's
sorry.
okay.
She just left for the day. For the night. You don't know where she went. Opal just looks towards you guys. Hey,
How did it go?
good. We're 1/3 done.
Oh,
By maybe
okay.
tomorrow or tomorrow night or the day after in the evening. We should be done.
Okay.
Nothing broke, so that's good.
Nice.
Looks towards the team. All currently back minus Whisper.
Do you need food or anything, or you want I don't know?
I mean, I've been
drink?
eating, but if you're offering and this lady ain't giving us free stuff, might as well.
Sure. Yeah.
You
We
spend
can all
5
sit down
coppers.
and chill and have them eat together or something.
It's not that expensive. You spend 5 copper to make a meal and a drink. To get a meal and a drink, not make one. You begin to eat. It's honestly quite good. It's not dust good, but it is good. Have your meal and your drink, and Opal does finish your food easily enough, and does state. So, anyone have plans for tomorrow? I mean, I'm kind of busy, but I don't know. I'm kind of bored.
Not really. I mean, I had some things I was gonna. Did my sending stone ring today?
It did not. At least not yet.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, I just trying to learn more magic, and There was something about a temple, but we might have to wait a couple days for that. But
Um,
Oh,
I'm planning
Okay.
on. You okay, Dogma?
well, Opal was just
Okay.
saying okay.
I'm actually planning on trying to secure some camels for us tomorrow. If anybody would like to come with us, just for for once we travel with caravan.
On a death state. I'll go.
Okay. So that's what I plan on doing in the morning. Just making sure that we can secure them before it gets too late.
Amara death state. That does make sense, honestly. I mean, your friend, well, I suppose you trust him. Do believe he will make sure we have a space. Doesn't mean we'll have a ride. So that's probably a good idea.
Yeah. So I will attempt. I will attempt to get a camel for each one of us.
She nods and does state, well, if you need any money, just let me know. I'll probably be spending the day here. Maybe knitting.
Okay.
Wait, Amara said that?
Yeah, Amara said that.
Ada looks at Amara. You knit? When did you start that?
A couple of years ago.
That makes sense.
I mean, they try to teach me. Well, they probably try to teach you too when you were younger, but not everything's stuck. I assume you don't play the piano still?
No, you play a different instrument now, but
Yeah. But yeah, picked it up a while ago. Kind of like it.
well, that's
Uh,
good. Sorry.
Ada, I also recommend that you pick up a craft. It's very soothing on the mind. Doesn't have to be anything crazy like jewelry making like mine, but something simple can change it. Change your mentality.
I mean, I write about myself. Does that count as a little hobby or no?
Yeah, absolutely. Fauna does state. I don't know. Oh, she says. Open does state. Yeah, honestly, it could. Depending on what you write down or what you don't. It can be. Also, if you're like planning to be an author, I guess it's also a hobby, but potentially a job. I don't know. I don't write anything down anymore. A lot of my books got stolen, so. Anyways, any reason why Whisper's not back at. Looks at not actual watch in the area 9 p.m. at night?
I mean, was she planning to do anything?
Not that I know of. I've been out all day. I'm not sure.
Knowing her, she's probably out gathering information or doing one of her recreational activities.
So we shouldn't go find her?
If she's not back by morning, I think we should go start looking for her.
Okay then. I guess we gotta wait then.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. Opal like gets up. Doesn't put away her dishes. Well, tenderly bring them to the counter. Goes up, heads up the stairs.
Yeah, no, I'll take. If she doesn't take it to the counter, I'll take the dishes to the counter because I will be going up to bed soon after her.
You do so easily enough without too much of an issue. Does anyone stay up all night, or do you get some sleep? Looking at you, Nikolai.
Nick, I mean, has my sending stone rang?
Okay. to that in a moment, but do you eventually sleep? Whether
I
it
would
rings or
not
not.
sleep.
Okay.
I would stay up until it would ring.
Okay. What about you, Ada?
Ada will probably stay up for a little bit and then try to sleep.
Most of the people head up to sleep. Fauna, for some reason, stays in the corner for no particular reason. She's never done this before. I don't know. She just stands in the corner and like doesn't do anything. Nikolai, you're more or less staring at her like, what's going on? But then you do hear a little beeping in your pocket, and you know that's a sending stone. You
okay.
quickly grab it.
No. The sending stone was not in my pocket. It was on the counter, and I was looking at it, fidgeting with it, and then maybe had a drink on the side.
Quickly beeping on the counter. You quickly grab it. You turn it on, and you do hear on the other side a very weak response, but it's a response nonetheless. You do hear Jillian on the other side going, Nikolai, is everything okay?
Jillian, it's good to hear from you.
Okay, good. She's the one that got injured, and yet she's worried about you for some reason. You don't know why.
Hey, I know there's been a lot that's happened, but I'm glad that you're alive and breathing. But what happened?
There was. We were going to a sting operation, but there was a. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Maybe someone betrayed us from the inside, but our intel was bad, and we got immediately ambushed by the other side. We were dealing with some traffickers of magical items and arcane magic circulating through the area, and we got a bad tip, I guess. I got ambushed in the first assault, and my teammate perished at the final flame. Final stretch of things. We lost contact with them a while ago, unfortunately.
Well, I did talk to your brother earlier today.
Yeah. Main reason why I was worried if you weren't okay.
No, I mean, I can't be rattled that easily. So, I mean, he didn't really understand what I meant because I said I had more than a friendship with you. So he kind of took that hostilely, and I was confused by it. But if you could make some more light of that situation, I would like you to. And I can tell you some about what has happened to me in the past couple of days as well. But yeah.
Sure. You still see Fauna in the corner, like, not staring at anything, but just like, still there. Still weird. You do hear Jillian on the other side.
I mean, I would love to know. It's more of I'm not meaning it as like I'm trying to pry into your life. I just felt like it's something good that we need to be transparent about these things.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Well, as mentioned beforehand, I am part of it is a good family in a sense, but it's not exactly on the up and up.
I mean, you say, okay, I don't really know. Okay, are they good because they are good to the family? Are they good? I mean, your brother said they kill people.
They do, as do some of us. I'm pretty sure you've told me you've killed a few people.
Yeah, I never intend. The only reason I killed people was because I had to, because I was under the curse.
I'm not